So we've had 2 tax sales since we started using Mr. Elliott.
We have had, I hope I wrote it down. I did, but I think it's on another sheet of paper. We've actually had 3.
3 tax sales.
We had
since
1 in 16 and 2 in 17.
Okay. Now, of the 3 tax sales, has all of that been settled one way or another? Is there anything outstanding, like waiting on the judge to make a decision?
There are a few. There are a few that are still in the court's hands. And then there are a few, like I said, that we denied for payment.
Yeah, and I appreciate you doing that. The ones I'm thinking about, and I know the one on Main Street at the Trinacus property, I think that just settled. Is that right?
I found that, I asked that question today as well. Mr. Douglas was wanting me to check on that. She said once they receive the check, that it should be anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. They'll have their attorney sign off on it, and then it'll have to go to the court and the deed drawn up.
So if I bid on a house and you turn the bid down, do you notify me as the high bidder that I won't be getting that? I didn't get the bid. Does that make sense?
If someone bids against,
Well, if I was the high bidder, but it didn't meet what you would consider an appropriate amount of money, would you have contacted me and said?
Mr. Elliott does that.
Mr. Elliott does that?
Yes, he does.
So everybody's been contacted that didn't meet?
Yes.
Okay.
To my
And then
knowledge.
do you have kind of the option on that? To say we'll accept
Supposedly,
it?
I have the final say, yeah.
And then how does it end up with the judge?
I guess they have to, well, before they put it for sale, they go to the courthouse
So
and have
every one
a
of
clear
them's got-
deed,
every
make sure
one of
that
them's
it's
gotta go to the judge.
clear deed.
Okay. So, and you think we might have a sale coming up soon?
I would like to have one possibly March, April at the latest.
And the DMV stops? you're
DMV
working on
stops,
that?
we're wanting to get, Tracy's been on my back about it for a while now, so we're going to try to get that done this month sometime. She's already checked into it, she's read the literature and everything, we just need to get on the computer, is that right, Tracy?
Tracy, if you need separate hardware for that computer, I'll make it available.
I don't,
I appreciate you coming. I wanted to get some of this stuff straight in my
Appreciate you
head.
listening to me, 'cause I'm not a public speaker.
As you've seen from our previous presentation, we need some money.
well, believe you me, I'll do what I can.
Why do you wait 3 years?
Well, it used to be that we had someone in the office who was constantly pursuing the collections, you know, by going and getting judgment, and then even after we got judgment, that doesn't mean they're going to pay us. So then they would set up a payment plan, and we would allow them to do that. I guess we're just trying, you know, I don't want to, when you're talking about selling somebody's home, you know, you don't want to say, well, they were a year delinquent on their taxes and boom, we're going to sell your house. I feel like we need to give them every opportunity. I'm open to suggestions or any comments
Yeah.
about that.
And
Is there a code or something that says you've got to wait 3 years? Is that a?
No, but there are procedures, and I don't know what the time is, but there are some timelines involved. You can't, you know, I don't know at the top of my head what they are, but I can make a report on that, or I can give you that information and let you make.
I'm not so sure that 3 years isn't part of the timeline before you go to tax sale. I think you can pursue the money before the 3 years, but I don't think you can do a tax sale until after the 3 years.
I'm not sure. I know, I'm almost certain, I know it's got to be at least 2 years. I'm almost certain on that.
I know there's a time constraint as to when you can actually go to a tax sale with auction, but I'm not sure what
There
it
is you asked me that question, but I don't know the timeline off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up, but I'll try to look it up right now. If I can find it out by the end of the meeting, I'll tell y'all.
All right, thank you.
It says,
if a bid on property is rejected, then what happens?
They are contacted and told that their bid didn't meet the requirement.
Yeah, but what happens to the property?
You mean if nobody purchases it, there was no bid, it's it's goes back in the
Goes in
coffer
the
for the
next
next
sale.
sale. But like I said, previous sales, we didn't have any minimum bid. People would start out at whatever they wanted.
Yeah,
What I'd
yeah.
like to do now, like I told you, was
Like you say, at least get the.
Get the tax amount
At least get the tax.
and,
Yeah.
get it cleared off the books, which is what we're,
If you can do that, I think that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
It's 2 years.
2 years before
Yeah.
you can go to tax.
Yeah, code
I
says 2
thought
years.
it was 2.
2 years.
Well, that's when you can start the process anyway, and then there's procedures you have to go through.
And
It's
that
not-
almost takes another year.
It almost
yeah.
takes another year, so it's not like in the second year your house is sold. It's like the
Right.
second year you
Oh,
start
yeah.
proceedings
Yeah.
to sell the house.
Just out of curiosity, of the total 1 point that you said you can go back 20 years,
on real estate.
how much of that is actually, how much of that percentage-wise is actually people who were, do we have 10, 15, 20-year people that, on that list that have owed that long?
There are some, and that's when you get to the point where Eunice had that, what do you call it? Yeah, I never could say
what?
it. It's cheat sale,
A what?
where after 20 years, after a certain amount of time,
Uh-huh.
you're allowed to write it off the book.
Oh, okay. I was just curious, because you said you could hold it for 20 years. I didn't know how much of that was actually, more than the 3 years that you had to put back in because somebody wanted to bid $50 or,
Right.
so all that's included in that one lump figure. Anything from 20 years up to
To the current
the current,
year.
okay.
Yes.
So you need possibly additional personnel to stay on top of that.
And I asked for that at the last budget hearing when I was very new. I didn't give it good enough, I don't feel like I argued hard enough for it, and I'd like to ask for that again this year. And like I said, we've got
Is
so
that
much
something that could
money,
be
so many
handled?
things that need.
Can that be handled in a part-time position, or does that really need to be a full-time?
I would take a part-time person.
Because I know it's very time-consuming, and you're under a constraint with a part-time employee, but, okay.
Like I said,
Yeah,
Miss
part-time
Walker was
employee would be a smart
in
thing.
court
Mhm.
several times a week. And I mean, she basically, besides doing mail payments, she was constantly working up figures, how much, and taking them to court every chance she got. And we haven't had that since she left, since we just have, 3 employees now. But, are there any other questions?
I'm glad you came.
Thank you
I
for the
appreciate you
information.
putting
You
up
did
with
good.
me.
Yes.
You did
I'd
very
like
good.
to, and this is just a little personal note, I'd like to publicly thank Tracy, my chief deputy. I don't know what I'd do without her. My mother's very ill and mornings are not her best time. And Tracy is always there to open the doors for the public for me. So I want to thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And she puts up with my persistently late water payments.